What's going on, all? Happy Friday to you. So yes, it is a Friday. Beautiful Friday, in fact. So good morning to you. I am the Remie Longbrake. Yes, coming to you live today. Hope you're doing wonderful. So I'm doing actually very good. So thank you for asking. So today, got a good topic. A lot of analogies, so hope you're ready. So it's exciting. Question today for you is, are you swinging for the fences? Yes, and I mean baseball. So batter up, boom, yes. So I know you can do it, so it's in all of us. So I'll get into that here in just a moment, but by all means, I mean this week, I know I haven't been on quite as much live. It's been productive, I tell you. So yeah, thank you. It is good. So hope your week is going wonderful. Tell you what, it's been beautiful here in Ohio, and I'm just ready to conquer, conquer the rest of this week. Go all in, do what it takes, and hopefully you're, able and willing to do the same. And it's exactly why I do these, is to hopefully inspire you and get you thinking, if nothing else. So that's what I do. So hope you're doing great. Let me know what's going on. By all means, I love the comments, love the messages you guys send. Just share your stories, what's going on. I mean, if I can help any way, I certainly will. Today, actually I'll give it just a moment or two, see if anyone wants to jump on, get some coffee in me. So I'm excited though. I don't know how much more coffee I need. Just saying. Yeah, that is good stuff. Yes, sir. Yeah. But yeah, so I think a lot of or the ones that are watching anyway, I try to, not always, but I try to correspond, a national holiday, so to speak, or a celebration day. I mean, there's been all kinds of different days, but today's a really good one. I mean, it's impactful, which a lot of these are, just kind of inspiring, so to say. And today is National All or Nothing Day. So I kind of sneaked in the baseball analogy, and I'll get into that a little more. And actually I was going to go get my jersey and put it on to really just go all out. But then I realized I never play baseball and I don't have a jersey. So please forgive me. But nonetheless, I love baseball, so I love playing it. So actually I like softball, but I'm not here to talk so much about the physical sport. So I'm talking about your mental game. So we'll get there. But yeah, today is National All or Nothing Day. And for me anyway, it gets me thinking, up to this point, and it's not for everybody. I realize that. And I think a lot of people that watch this, have a lot of the same mentality that I do. At least I think they do to a certain degree or others. Maybe some more than me, which is wonderful. It's about being ambitious and just doing what it takes and be able to visualize, what you really want on, not only long term, but all the steps involved to get you to that point. And, looking at going all or nothing, you really need to visualize, and look at the fences and say, hey, that's my end goal. That's where I want to end up. How hard am I willing to practice? How many times am I willing to keep swinging, in order to reach my objective? So that's to me, and I've always been that way to a certain degree, but in the coaching realm, it's different. Basically, it's a step up, and that's something I love doing. I'd much rather be doing this anyway than playing baseball. So, but I don't know. We'll see. But this is pretty cool, I must say. But exactly, it's just doing what all you can, and be able to realize that you can do more, that you're obligated to do more, not only for yourself, but maybe for your kids, your family, your community. And I think a lot of us don't necessarily, we see the short-sightedness of life because we are kind of struggling in one area or the other, which is usually financial. Unfortunately, that's usually the kicker. And we tend to make excuses and say, well, I haven't been successful, people aren't going to follow me. I'm not a leader, for instance. Or what can I really do? I've only accomplished this much with my life. And that don't matter, you know. Every day you can start over and do as much as you possibly want, you know. So that's why it's so important to just set those objectives and really just keep going all out. You know, invest in yourself, put time, you know, invest in your family, obviously, and just really do all that you can. So that's just a tidbit. But essentially that brings me, you know, to today's question is, are you swinging for the fences? And, you know, and talking with clients and, you know, people on the internet, so to speak, and on the phone, it's pretty common, you know, as far as saying, just like I said, of having that analogy of saying, well, I don't necessarily think, you know, I'm worthy of all that. And I was like, well, how did you get that belief? And I'm not going to go into all those different beliefs. That's for another day, you know, but it's still to say, like, hey, you know, just because, you know, this has been my past, you know, does not equal my future. I mean, there's so many different success stories of all different levels of life of people that have turned their lives around. I mean, it could be, you know, losing parents, drugs, I mean, whatever it is. I mean, if that's you, if you're in that point, you know, I challenge you to do what you can to get out of it. And, you know, and a lot of people aren't that desperate. I think that's the key, is that we're not so desperate that we're not willing to change. You know, we're just kind of in that comfortable pattern, you know, so to speak. And it's absolutely true. I mean, I've been there. You know, I think a lot of times probably the worst thing is just coming from, you know, just a standard middle class type family, which, you know, that's the thing is, you know, you're not necessarily challenged because you're already comfortable bringing that lifestyle. You had some good stuff, had some challenges, but, you know, again, it's like, you know, you've kind of, you don't necessarily have to work for food necessarily, because it was a lot of times provided for you already. So that's a challenge. I see it's almost just as difficult, you know, from the middle ground as it is from, you know, from the ground of being super successful, or even, you know, coming from a poverty type level, because you're seeing that as a struggle, you know. You don't want to go back to that, you know. And when you're successful, a lot of those times those habits already instilled in you that you already see, and you can build on those immediately, you know. But a lot of times in the middle, necessarily, you know, we don't see them for what we're worth. So, but everyone's story is different by all means. So, but going more into today's topic, you know, for you, I know I kind of got off there, but still, it's important. So hopefully you take value in that. It is, you know, swinging for the fences, and, you know, like I see it, you know, like I put it in the comments section, life is going to throw you a lot of curveballs. You know, some are going to be more wicked than others, I tell you. So some are doozies, and, you know, some of you may get hit right in the head, man. You know, broken nose, so right in the ribs. So I'm just, you know, but you have to be able to shake it off, you know, and be able to move on and say, hey, you know, I'm tough. You know, I'm going to do this. So you know, and, you know, I've struck out, you know, taken from analogy from that, you know, I've struck out, had different successes, businesses, you know, some are good, some bad, but they've all been experience. I've learned from every one of those, whether it's relationship, whether it's business, financial, career, you know, those are all learning lessons, whether I, you know, hit it out of the park at that time or not, because those are all working up for, you know, tomorrow's successes, you know. So that's really important, and that's how I see it as well. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing wonderful, Martinez. So glad to have you on. But yeah, it is essentially, you know, what we need to do is just, you know, keep swinging. I think a lot of times we're challenged. You know, we get that first strike, get struck out, and we're like, it's not worth it. But, you know, and that's why it's so important, like I was saying, you know, going on a, you know, to be able to visualize, you know, what your goals are, you know, what you really want to achieve, you know, long term and short term. That way, when you do get struck out, you're saying, that's okay. That's just, I'll chalk that up as a learning experience, and I'm gonna keep swinging. I'm gonna keep going. You know, what other choice do I have? You know, so otherwise I just go back in the dugout and I sit and I pout. You know, so what's that about? You know, but yet too many of us do that. You know, we get struck out and we're just like, well, I'm done. I tried. You know, and unfortunately, I think many times it's, you know, that's just how we're taught, not to put any blame on anyone else. We're our own people, you know, but, you know, whether you're growing up, you know, the people that you're around, you see those same examples, you know, growing up, adulthood, at work maybe, and if it's too much a challenge, you're just like, well, I don't think that's really worth it, because I see all these other examples. What's the point? So, if I get there, chances are they may just ridicule me anyway. So, but you can't live for them. You got to be able to live for you. So that's so important, and that's the mindset. So essentially, you got to keep your eye, on the ball, and just be able to swing. And yeah, you're going to strike out every now and then, but that's okay. And I remember, for me growing up, I didn't really play baseball by any means. I didn't play baseball, so I t-ball and little league, but it don't matter necessarily. I'm just using this example, But I do remember, even I was super small, probably 7-ish, I don't know. So, but just and you see this all the time, on ball diamonds. It's where the ball's teed up on the tee, and the little kid sitting there swinging. It's like bang, he's all over the place, Or that was me, man. I probably hit that thing, 15, 20 times. And then when I finally hit it, I run the bases the wrong way. So it's okay. I learned. So, or out in the outfield, funny. You'll see the kid out there, playing the dirt, and the ball comes. It's like, oh, hurry up and get it, and out there looking at the butterflies. Like, ooh, this is pretty. But, what I mean is you're not necessarily paying attention. The opportunity's right there in front of you, and you're not seeing it for what it's worth. So that's why it's so important to keep your eye on the ball. So hopefully that one is impactful for you. And I've been there. If that's you, we've all been there to a certain degree, one way or the other. So don't get me wrong. So, hey, Dalton, how are you, bud? Thank you for watching. So, appreciate you being here. It is, and I think, for me, excuse me, we got to be ready for success, when it happens. We got to be able to look at the opportunity for what it's worth, when the ball comes to us, and be able to catch it and say, hey, this is mine, this is my opportunity, I want to take it. But don't necessarily just wait on other people, to give you those opportunities. It's important to visualize what you want and be able to work towards those, and opportunities will present themselves, and make sure that you're willing and open to be able to take those opportunities for what they're worth. And really evaluate them. I know, going in, doing these, I was like, well, it takes time, to write things out, it does. But something I really enjoy, and the conversation I had with people, my goodness. It's much experience for me as it is for them at times. You're like, wow. So what just happened? But that's what it's about. It's about helping people as well. So, and that's really important. But essentially we got to do, what it takes, to really win. And, you got to keep practicing, and keep swinging, like I said, and be able to get uncomfortable. You got to be able to get up early and make success habits, and, get your calendar so it's right here, your day's planned out. And that helps, keep me committed to my goals and be able to say, hey, this is what I need to do today, and I'll check these off. You talk about a win, when you're able to say, hey, I done that. It don't be big, it's going to the gym, it's, eating right, it's going for a run, it's having good conversations, the goals are yours. So the key is just be able to visualize what they are and be able to check them off and say, hey, I've done that. Now what can I go do more of? So that to me, that's important. So hopefully that's important to you. And like I said, we want to set good habits and, be consistent as much as possible. It don't do us a lot of good if we're not consistent and we don't keep practicing. You gotta, be able to, for instance, go to bed at a decent time. That way, the next day you are refreshed and you're willing to put in the effort, and be able to accomplish your goals. If you go to bed necessarily too late, and you have your own routines, of course. I'm not trying to tell you when to go to bed, but it's important to just be able to say, hey, this is my goals, for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community. And this is, what I feel is right. And how do I know, what I'm doing is right? Well, I pray, I say, hey, give me, the right, the right tools for success, say, hey, what can I do to improve my situation, for myself, for my family, for my community, the church. And, and I believe these things in my heart. And I think that's a good place to start. If you're not sure, start there, put stuff down on paper and say, hey, what can I do more of? So just a thought, and really for me it is, about helping others, and, you want to be able to, raise your RBIs, for instance. Yeah, how about that? And be the team player, help others out. Just like I said about the community, not just your local community, but other cities. We had, tornado down there in Dayton. It's tragic, man. Just be able to do what you can to help out, help people. So, it's all over. I mean, there's a lot of struggle. So the key is you can't make it about just you, because only if you do, you're not going to win in the long run. So, and I don't think you're going to be satisfied. And for me, it's not just about the money aspect. I mean, money, I've said this before, money gives us options. So it's a tool, it's a resource to be able to achieve, long-term success. So, I mean, it's important to say, hey, I don't want, X amount of dollars, just piling up. I want to be able to use it as a tool so I can do good, so I can achieve bigger and greater things. So I think there's, a lot of people, I don't want to go a long tangent on this either, as far as just saying, hey, money is evil, it doesn't grow on trees necessarily, and that's, yeah, and, it's not evil, at all. It's like I said, it's a tool to be able to get us exactly, what we want in life, but it's important to do good with it, so whatever that is. So that's pretty much it for today. Let me know your thoughts. By all means, like I said, just keep swinging, man. I mean, just keep going all out. I mean, you got this. I mean, do whatever you can, and put in the effort, put in the practice. It takes time. You got to be committed and be able to put in the work. So by all means, if that sounds of interest to you, so reach out to me. I mean, I love having the conversation with folks. Just seeing where you're at. What do you think you're up to? By all means, give me a shout out. Happy to help that way, any way I can, really. Also, I do have a free Facebook group. By all means, reach out to me. It's free access. We got a really good resource put together, 8 steps to success and abundance. It's a tool to be able to get you thinking. You put stuff on paper, that way you can start making the next steps. So that is it for today. I thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. All right, take care. Bye now.